Hello everyone, welcome to YOU&ITV. How are you doing? I hope you've been doing well. Sorry I've not posted anything for a while, and it's not been easy. It's not easy. I don't know how parents multitask everything, raise kids, go to school, go to work, and still make YouTube videos. All the people who are living that lifestyle, I give them a hand. It's not been easy, so it's not easy. I beg. You understand? That's even more reason why I'm doing this video now. This video today, the title of this video is called "Try not to let people think too highly of you." How not to let people think too highly of you. Perhaps why not to let people think too highly of you. That's today's video. Because to every human being on earth, there's an amount to what one can take, a length a person can get to, a little to what one can take. So that's why you should be mindful how highly you let people take you. Because when you let people think too highly of you, that's when your best is not good enough. That's when your best is not good enough. That's when no matter what you do, they don't see it as anything. Because you've carried yourself in a certain way that you've made them to be thinking about you, oh, too capable. And well, you are barely able. You understand? And sometimes, even though, let's say you are really capable, let's say yes, they can really depend on you because you can really tend to anybody's aid, or you can really meet people at any point of their needs. Would it not be good to lay low? Wouldn't it be best to let your name speak louder than your what? Wouldn't it be good for them not to know that you are actually as capable as this? That is what I'm trying to say. Every awful time we live this kind of lifestyle where everybody's just rating us up and down. We are trending, we've trended so much on social media now that we have even become the media. And one thing, for the fact that people are actually shouting you out there, trending you out there, doesn't really mean they love you. So if you're not being trended or you're not being shouted out the way you think you are supposed to, that also doesn't mean that you're useless or the work that you're doing is not good. Because when people are actually shouting you out there or they're trending you out there, in most cases it doesn't mean they love you. You get what I'm saying? Some people can actually really overrate you or think highly of you, or perhaps they rate you because they know you're doing a good work, and anytime they hear your name, they will, oh, that actor, that actress, that person, whatever career you're pursuing, oh, you're so good at it. But in most cases, some people, they rate you out for a negative reason. Perhaps they hate you so much, you're looking for a partner in crime or people who share the same negative view as they taught towards you. You understand what I'm trying to say? So oftentimes we're just so bothered about how people see us. When people don't think too highly of you, it's as if they don't respect you. So be mindful how you let people take you highly. Because when they take you too highly, that is when your best will not be good enough. That's when whatever you bring to the table is not enough. Because when you be like, you are always like this, anything you do, they'll be like, is that how it is? I think that's so you rich. Is this all you could bring? I thought it would have been more than this. That is always the case with people around you. When you make them to think too highly of you, that is what you always get from the people surrounding you. And then they put this tension in you where you always want to strive so much. You want to do so much. Because you made them understand that you can buy a bag worth of $500 when you could barely pay your rent. Then you are trying to make up to it because you don't give them that idea. Say if you buy a bag worth of $500. So now you have to work harder than you should even work, because you need to meet up to the idea that you've put in people's mind. Living a simple life as possible, and not giving people that chance to think too highly of you. It is peaceful and even more healthy. Then you will not be bothered about what to wear, what to buy. Because you don't give anybody the impression, say, you feel do what it pass your power now. And then when people make people to think too highly of them, because then that's when every penny matter. They can't even help anybody around them because they could barely even meet up to the standard that they've created for themselves. Let me tell you, whatever lifestyle you want to live, let it not be more than what you earn. Don't eat more than you work. Don't go buying more than what you have. Go to buy with him. Don't go buying more than what is. Don't go buying more than the money in your pocket. You get it? I'm just trying to just be all out. I'm just everywhere with this word, so you actually know where I'm coming from. When you make people to think too highly of you, it's hard to meet up. In most cases, it's easy for some people to actually meet up with those kind of standard of lifestyle they've created with them. Say, in a lie, you know, may not even go there. You don't get it be. No matter how wealthy you are, you can't meet up. When you make people think too highly of you, you set this this kind of standard. There's this bar that's just there. You have to meet it. Meet it. When you don't, to be like, is this how much you could do? Even in the midst of your friends, it becomes a battle. Why would you want to live a life like that? Why would you want to live a life like that? Please be careful, be mindful. I know being overrated or trending is a good thing. Sometimes it might be the result of the hard work we've put into our career, into our life, or into the things that we do. But when you don't get those rates, that doesn't mean that you are useless or you're not wealthy. A lot of people these days, their wealth speaks louder than their name. Or people talk about them, say, their car. If you see the car we buy, if you see the house we buy, if you see the watch and the Rolex, this and that. Those are your wealth they're talking about. Those are your what? That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about your name, man. They're not talking about your name. Because all of those things they're talking about you, they're vanity. The minute you no longer exist, those things will not even exist in their mind anymore. They go to the next person who owns those things you used to have, they go to the next person who owns those things that person used to have while the person was alive. But the only thing people can never forget is when your name speaks louder than your wealth. Even while the person is no longer alive, the person's name will still be in people's mouth. Okay, for instance now, the people around you, what do they think about you? Anytime they hear your name, what will come to their mind? What will come to their mind about you? They don't even bother about that sometimes. Whether you are being overrated, you are being downgraded, you are being uploaded or whatever. Somebody like me, I don't care. I have seen life in a certain way that I have learned to treat people equal. But you know the funny thing, people who have not actually seen anything, they're the one that will be saying, I don't see you, I don't suffer. Let me tell you, people like us, we don't actually see. We know the way they say we don't see you anymore. What we do that, thank God for today, because tomorrow, yesterday, thank God for today, tomorrow go better pass this one, Why? Because we knew now because yesterday was so rugged and today was just good. Obviously, we know that everything gets better with time. That is it with people who have experienced hardship in life. When I mean hardship, not be like it's all those suffer things people see on TV. Some people might be living in a good environment, living in a good house, wearing good clothes, but still be going through hardship. So hardship comes in different dimension, different way. You get different wrapper. I've been with some set of people around in life, and I saw how they treat the people around them, and I use those things to do myself good. Say, God forbid, I won't treat people like that. let me tell you, no matter how highly you take yourself, when you come to my house, the plate that I will use to serve the driver that drove you to my house, that same plate is the type I will still use to serve you. I don't have special plate for anybody. I don't. Because that same plate that I gave your driver food with is what I still eat with, and spoon. So, I don't understand. Will I not treat you better than the way I'll treat myself? Have you ever seen that? Is that not cheating? You want to thief me? You can't thief me now of my own of my own enjoyment. So if I fed your driver or perhaps your maid that same plate and it was good enough for me that owned my house that you came to visit to eat, why shall you not eat with it? Why shall you not? Why? Why would it not be good for you to eat with it? People have a special plate, special spoon, special soup, special stew, special rice. People that are living with you, you buy one, you now go and buy them one ugly pot. When you cook a goosey soup today, after you've eaten the meat, you vomited on it, you now pour it on their pot. When I use that one chop, you cook another fresh soup for yourself. Until say you be landlady, you be landlord. The one that hurts me most is after the special soup you still cook. Probably the first soup you put in that pot was stew. You now cook ogbolo. And now pour, after you finish the ogbolo meat and vomit on it, you now pour it inside the stew, making it mixture soup. That's two soup, rich. So you, after the ogbolo finish, perhaps you now cook egusi. So after the egusi still finish, after you've eaten all the meat, you're tired of it, let me cook new soup. You now carry the egusi and add it to the stew and ogbolo, making 3 types of soup on top that pot. That one we finish, you know. So let me cook banga. Oh, I'm tired of this. I'm even tired of this goosey now. Say you now cook banga after you've eaten all the meat in the banga. You now add the banga to stew, ogbolo, egusi, making 4 types of soup. And you will still have, and you be adding it there. You're adding it there. Meanwhile, you keep eating fresh soup, eating fresh soup. The only time the people living with you will even manage to eat that fresh soup is either they go and eat the one you didn't finish eating. No, after people even go drop the plate, they'll not eat from there to even taste it. Not be say even sweet in the first place. At least just to taste something, taste something new. And the funny thing is that whilst they keep putting that soup, adding to that pot, I'm talking from experience, so don't think I'm forging it. Why they keep adding everything to that soup? No meat, the meat will just be plain. Let me just, I'm talking from experience. Then later, that pot now, that those 4 soup or 5, 6 sometimes we meet all type of soup, they'll not change, they'll not have their own color. They'll not have their own color. So in a year, that pot self no go even wash. In a year, that pot will not have chance to be washed because the soup inside will never finish. Because they keep adding new old soup to the old soup. You know? And then at a point, the pot will start to rust in the middle, adding to the soup. So it now become stew, ogbolo, egusi, banga soup, black soup, and aluminium. Aluminium will not spicing the whole thing out. And then you treat people like that. When you treat people that are living with you like rags, you don't treat them well. You treat them as if they're not even up to the kata that comes out from your nose. So imagine when a person like that is no more. No. You think those people who were living around, or the people around you that you treated like trash, you think they will still remember your name? When maybe anytime your name comes to their mouth, all they remember is all the pain they went through living with you. So instead of focusing so much on how highly people take you, why not work on your personalities? Why not work on yourself? So that when you are not there, your name will speak louder than your worth. Because your worth or your wealth only speak louder than your name whilst you're alive. That won't shock you. That's just it. I'm not being, I might be looking dramatic now. Even me say I shock on the way, say for me, I carry the thing like say, na quarrel. Not be quarrel, I don't follow you quarrel. But what I'm trying to say, the only place where people name speaks louder than their wealth is when they're really treating the people around them good. Treat the people around you equal. Don't have special way of treating anyone, because we are all equal in the eyes of God. You understand what I'm trying to say? The only way, the only time, let me use the word, the only time people's wealth speaks louder than your name is whilst they are still alive. Isn't it better for people to speak more of your name whilst a person is no longer there than having to be forgotten? Because anytime the person's name comes into people's mind, all they think about are terrible things. That's just it. So if you're not being rated or being shouted out as much as you think you should have, that doesn't mean that you're useless, you're not good at what you're doing. You get it? Like someone like me now, there's some people, when I hear about them, I hear about the good work that they're doing for the people around them, that they're doing for the society, that they're doing for the world. I wouldn't even bother searching them out, because that alone would just fill me up. But there's some people you hear about these days, even before they say, well done, you've gone to Google to check up to the great grandmother that gave birth to them. And at the end of all those search, you won't even be as pleased as those other people who are doing some certain things. That even though they might be the wealthiest person on earth, or the wealthiest people on earth, their wealth is just there. It's not trending. Those are the people who their name speaks louder than their worth. So other than bothering about how people are talking about you, am I trending? Why not put some certain legacy down where your name will speak louder than your worth, where your name will speak louder than your wealth. These days, people's wealth speaks louder than their name. Hey, come buy that car. Oh, if you see the diamond there, if you see the watch, and when the wife gave birth, I gave the wife one Rolex, one diamond, one car like that. The car she's driving is 15 million. The boyfriend bought it. Had the husband buy him. He never even bought no. Those talks. Those are just your wealth speaking louder than your name. Before you know it, God forbid anything happened to that particular person now. People will just say, hey, this person don't die. It will just trend. Even the deaths will even trend more than their career, their music or their movie or whatever thing that they were doing before they die. Hey, this person don't die. Everybody will say, oh, the team pay me rich bone. It will just go on for like a day. Then after like some days, I'll be like, now today they won't bury the person. That thing will still trend. Some people will not even carry a person that is already dead and put them on an executive chair and dress them as if the person is still alive and wear them glasses. That one will still trend. Hey, and the whole thing. Give them 2 days. They don't forget. See, that kind of person even ends. The only time they will remember that artist, that actress, or that person, whatever job they were doing, is perhaps they just saw their movie somewhere. Perhaps they hear their songs. Hey, oh, I pay me, oh. You know that even these days, I don't even hear Golden song. And I couldn't even get a proper clue of what actually happened to that girl. They would just know she died. Assuming Golden was still alive. Waiting is a trend now. You see all these social media slay people are seeing now. Therefore not even reach a leg. Because before we even knew what is like to trend in Africa, Golden was already trending. In fact, how those one even bring those trends, they come to African ladies knowing, if I'm right. Could you believe that I don't even hear her song anymore? Nobody even talk about her anymore. That's how useless it is. Being praised everywhere. That's how useless it is. You don't know how useless titles are, such as Odogu of this, Odogu of that is, until the person dies. Oh. I'm just saying all this now because I just felt I should. Nobody even talk about that lady anymore. And you now, you are alive. You are trending. Your name is everywhere. You think that is what it is to wealth, to success. Success is when even after you are gone, your name is still trending. People are still talking about your name. And the only reason why your name can still be in people's mouth, even when the person is no longer alive, is when the name, while they were on earth, speak louder than their wealth. Is when their name, when they were on earth, speak louder than their worth. So how can your name speak louder than what you have, than your property, than all those vanities? Is being as simple or living as simple life as possible. The simplicity. Anything that represents simplicity. To live a certain life like that. To live a life where you are not proud. To live a life where you don't brag. To live a life where you don't treat people like shit. Is to live a life where you see everybody equal. Forget all those daddy plate, mommy plate. Let's forget those kind of lifestyle. Where you will cook one special soup for yourself and the people who are living with you, your maid, you'll be cooking them one kind useless groundnut soup, or your bolo soup, or okra soup when meat no day. And you expect those maid now to talk about you when you are no more. In which aspect? Say you use hungry near the kid them. Where they won't start from? When no, for the soup when meat no day. Or is it when you cook new soup, you be giving them like 1 week ago soup? How do you want them to talk about you? Please tell me. How do you want your name to speak louder than your wealth? Than all those things you were trending, showing online to people? How do you want your name to remain in people's lips? And when they eventually even say it, they say it good. How do you want them to say it? When you don't treat people equal? When you don't treat people right? When your racism is even taller than you? How do you want them to talk good about you when you are no longer there? How do you want people to see you? Madam, I take exemption to how people talk to me. As you see me like this now, I take myself very highly. Are you God to take yourself very highly? Who are you to crown yourself what the Lord have not crowned you? So be mindful how people think too highly of you. Because in most cases, being thought of highly might be a sign of hatred. Might be a sign of love at the same time. It might also be a sign of success. Sometimes it might be a sign of failure. Be simple. Simplicity is what makes life. Live a simple life. Treat everybody equal. Do you know back in the days when I was younger, I was living with my auntie. So when we go to school, she takes the key with her to work. So when I come back from school, I'll have to sit in the compound. We do have a gate man. And this thing I'm telling you now, she didn't even know. She never knew, because I'm sure she wouldn't know, because she never cares. You understand? A person who will never ask you, have you bathed? How would they buy you soap? A person who never asks you, have you eaten? How do you expect them to give you food? They don't care. So what am I trying to say is that I was living with an auntie of mine, So when she goes to work, she takes the key with her, because apparently she can't leave the key with us. She doesn't trust us to be inside the house or wherever. So that is what I'm trying to say now. Tell me how a person like that will actually tell you they care. Because if she does care, she will think about, oh no, if I leave this child in the compound and there's a gate man in the house, oh, what if this gate man abuses child? Oh, what if he does anything? She didn't think about that. So in other words, she doesn't care about you. So when I come back from school, I'll be in the compound. No food. And it's going to take her a while to come back from wherever she goes to. So while I'm in the house, sometimes the gate man will be like, have you eaten? I'll be like, no. The gate man will give me food. Because most of the gate men we're having back in the days, they cook their own meal. The gate man will have to give me food to eat. I've been fed by a gate man, even though I was living with a millionaire. the gate man was feeding me from his own salary. So sometimes as well, when my auntie is not home and we want to eat, which me and my brother, my cousin, will bring the pot, like a big bowl of rice or whatever we're eating, and bring it to the compound, and we'll call the gate man to come and eat with us. So the gate man will eat with us as well. Okay, see me growing up in that kind of scenario, and you want me to to give you a special plate and feed your, perhaps you think I also have a gate man plate. I don't have a gate man plate. If it's your plate, it's your plate. But if you come visit me and I'm to feed you and your gate man, the same plate, design and everything, quality and all, is what I will give you food with. And your gate man, perhaps your gate man or your maid or whoever came with you. What am I trying to say? The way I would treat the President of America when he comes to visit me, that is how I would treat every other individual. And that's how it should be. Because this person is rich, you treat them special. When you meet a poor person, you treat them wretchedly. Why? Why? Are you a God to measure? You're not God to measure. So that is what I'm saying. Not until you are opportune to find yourself in some certain scenarios, you will not know how well God have placed you. So that's just it about today's video, guys. Be mindful how highly you let people take you, because there's a limit to what everyone can handle. If you can't meet up, it'll be hard. That's when people struggle, and before you know it, because they can't meet up to the society, they think about killing themselves. That's how people marriages turns out to be a nightmare, because when you were dating when you were dating, you were doing everything for the family, even things you can't even do for yourself, let alone your family. You'll be doing it for the family so that they can favor you. And by the time they manage to not favor you and they married you into the family as a wife or a husband, then you want to start to live the life you originally know how to live while you were in your father's house. Perhaps you sleep at 12 o'clock in your father's house. You sleep and wake up 12 p.m. in your father's house. But because you want them to marry you, you're waking up 6 a.m. Start to sweep everywhere using Christian song to wake everybody when you barely even pray in your father's house. By the time they now marry you, you want to start to sleep till 12 o'clock. And you want to be skipping morning devotion. They will beat the living daylight out of you. And then you'll be like, when I was dating the son, they used to be very nice to me. You can't get what you don't have. When you were dating the son, you were sweet, so they were being sweet to you. You brought out your real character and you started to live terribly, and they treated you terribly. So that's just it. Do not start what you can finish. If you sleep and wake up 12 noon in your father's house, let them know that's how you wake up. Along the line, they will manage to know that, oh, there are other good qualities about you other than the fact that you don't wake up early. Yeah, been there, done that. I'm telling you from my experience. That's just it. Just be original. Go to people the way you really are. Do not go placing yourself and you make people think too highly of you, of the things you know you cannot even do. So when you are like that, let people know, this is me. I am as simple as it comes. This is just my life. Simplicity is what I do. With time, they will get to know you and get to find out that you are loving and you've got other good qualities about you. You get it? Do not go impressing people so much than you can actually maintain. Be careful how highly you make people take you. That's just it. Be careful, so you don't ruin any good thing you start. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful and a blessed day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Oh, I don't know if it is my camera. They want my face fresh for this for you. Please, if you're watching my video for the first time, I beg you, make you subscribe. Subscribe to this channel. And just like, in fact, just be liking it anyhow. Even if be like, say you like it, just like them. At least you watch the video now. Share to everyone around you. Let me tell you, for every word that I say, even if it doesn't mean anything to you, it will definitely mean something to 1 or 2 to 20 to 30 people you know. Share this video. And subscribing to this channel is just like you are feeding, the way you feed yourself. You understand? Can you go a day without feeding yourself? No, now, unless you like really fasting. So you subscribing to my channel is your way of feeding my channel. Please feed my channel. Subscribe to my channel. My channel is not fasting, so feed it. Subscribe. Feed it by subscribing and feed it by liking. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks. Bye. Have a wonderful and a blessed day. And be simple.